One day, without uttering a word, Freminet's mother took him by the hand and led him away. As he tried to keep up behind her, little Freminet's palm began to hurt from the strength of her grip. "Mom, where are we going?" he asked. She didn't reply. "Mommy, why are you crying?" he asked her again. She suddenly stopped and let out a sob, but only a single one. Afterwards, as if resolved to plunge into the freezing depth of the ocean, she took several deep breaths and continued onward. Not another tear fell, but in the oppressive silence, Freminet had a vague sense that an ominous current was about to crash against the reef of his future. Finally, they arrived in front of an unfamiliar house. As the thick door opened, it let out a harsh creak. It was the type of door that you intuitively knew that, once closed, could never be opened again. Still, his mother remained silent. It was as if her expression, weighed down by her heavy heart, had sunk into a bottomless ocean. "Freminet, correct?" said a woman as she stepped out. "Come with me." Confused, Freminet looked up at his mother. He could feel the tide surging beneath him. Calling herself the director, the woman took his other wrist and began to pull him in. All of a sudden, his mother's grip tightened, becoming even tighter than when she had let him over. Freminet felt like a boat caught between two waves, completely helpless as they each pulled in opposite directions and showed no sign of letting go. At last, his mother slowly bent down, half kneeling before him. This was what she would do each day when she had said goodbye to him before leaving the house. "Be a good boy," she said, kissing Freminet on the forehead in the way she always did. These tender words rose up like a barrier before the jagged reef, instantly turning the raging current into a soft, warm flow. So that's all this is, Freminet thought to himself. Perhaps, like ever and always, this was just to be a brief parting after all. He nodded to set her at ease. The director continued to pull him inside, and this time, his mother didn't try to stop her. Just like that, she let go. For a long time after, Freminet truly believed that as long as he behaved and performed well enough, his mother would come to bring him back home. That her kind face, disappearing behind that thick door, would someday reappear. And parting his fringe, she would kiss him on the forehead once again and tell him how well he'd done. But that day never came.
"Still haven't figured it out? You were sold to settle that debt."
As he grew up, Freminet started to have doubts about where his mother had gone and his own fate. After he finally plucked up the courage to ask the director, this was the heartless response she gave him.
"You were abandoned, child. This is the only home you have. If you don't follow orders, your mother's safety can't be guaranteed."
Such were the words of the previous director, callous as spiked shackles, locking his wildest hopes inside that door forever. These invisible fetters left a mark of utter abjection on Freminet. In those days, the ocean depths were his sole escape. Engulfed by icy cold seawater, he always felt that little bit closer to her. After all, when those events had transpired all those years ago, had she not sunk to the bottom of the ocean herself? Yet, those waters must have been far colder than any he had ever dived in.